Looks like Mark Rowley is having a bit of a tantrum today.
Are we going to end two-tier policing, sir?
Uh-oh. This video is going everywhere today. This is Mark Rowley, the Met Police Commissioner, coming out of that Cobra meeting with the government and quite upset when he was asked about two-tier policing by the press. Let's just take a look at this video one more time so you can see what's going on.
Are we going to end two-tier policing, sir?
Wow, so what happened there? He comes out the meeting, clearly not in a good mood at all. He gets asked by a journalist, are you going to stop two-tier policing, sir? And rather than either A, not answer the question and ignore them, B, answer the question, or C, say, sorry, I'm in a rush, I'm not interested in answering your question, he goes on to grab the microphone of the journalist and yank it so hard that the microphone is disconnected and the fluffy on the end comes off, may or may not have caused damage to the microphone. Everyone online is saying that your Met Police Commissioner is now someone causing criminal damage. He may have damaged it, he may have not, but clearly his actions are absolutely unacceptable for someone who is the chief of the Met Police. Clearly had a hot-headed moment here. He then storms off, gets in the car, and everyone is up in arms about this. And I'll tell you why he did what he did. It's because he doesn't have an answer to that question, okay? There is just no justification for saying that we don't have two-tier policing in Britain. Because it is clear as day. We see video after video of the police just standing back and doing absolutely nothing when there are people of colour up to no good, whether they've got weapons, whether they're hurting people. I mean, there was the video the other day from the riots in Stoke where you've literally got a huge crowd of Muslim men outside of a mosque, police literally on the other side of the road, and they're dancing around with machetes, sticks, knives, weapons, ready to go descend on the crowds and wreak havoc. And one of them is literally standing, waving their machetes at the police, and they do nothing. I mean, that is just one example of so many that we have seen over the past year. He doesn't have an answer to that question. However, Keir Starmer decided when he was asked today in an interview about this incident where Mark Rowley yanked on that microphone what he thought of it, and Keir Starmer decided that he doesn't think there's any two-tier policing.
There's no two-tier policing. There is policing without fear or favour, exactly as it should be, exactly what I would expect and require. So that is a non-issue. The focus here is not on the apparent motivation of anybody involved in this. This is not protest. This is violence. It's violence on our streets being inflicted and targeted on communities, and we're not going to tolerate that in this country.
I'm not going to tolerate you being two-tier Keir, as he seems to now be being called. Keir Starmer, he is making the problem worse by coming out and saying there's no two-tier policing, we treat everyone equally under the law. I wish that we treated everyone equally under the law. One of the reasons why people are out rioting, I do not support the rioting, however I can understand why it has happened. It is a multitude of reasons, one of which being mass immigration and not having a voice and being chastised and called an Islamophobe and racist if you speak. The other reason is because people are fed up of two-tier policing. People want to live in a country where they can trust that the police on the streets will keep them safe and will apply the law equally if there is injustice and they are in danger, no matter the colour of their skin, their background, and the issue. If they are in danger, they will be protected by the police. People feel like that's not happening, and if they are a white person, they cannot expect to have protection and safety from our police. So they are feeling like they've got to go out on the streets and protect the country themselves. Again, I do not think that rioting is the way to do that, but I think that is one of the reasons why people are out on the streets. Completely unacceptable behaviour from Mark Rowley, and the response just completely lacked humility. So that was Keir Starmer's response, to when a journalist asked him about Mark Rowley's behaviour, rather than condemning Mark Rowley's behaviour and saying that it was unprofessional and he should apologise, he just says, oh, there's no two-tier policing, completely avoids the question, typical politician. People are fed up of our politicians talking like this. We can see through the bullshit. No one is believing what's coming out of your mouth, and we've had enough. Now, Scotland Yard have responded to the Mark Rowley incident, where he grabs that microphone, nearly breaks it, and they have justified it and said, oh, he was in a rush. He was in a rush to get out of the Cobra meeting and go and implement all the new exciting policies that they have discussed in the Cobra meeting so that he can keep the country safe. And that apparently justifies yanking a microphone off a journalist and nearly breaking it. I'm sorry, it's no justification at all. If you're in a rush, you either walk past and don't answer the question, or you say to the journalist, sorry, I'm in a rush, I can't answer questions right now. There is absolutely no excuse for this whatsoever. Okay? I would maybe be more accepting of Mark Rowley's behaviour if he and Keir Starmer, when he was asked on it, came out and said, that was a mistake. Shouldn't have behaved like that. I won't do it again. Okay, we all make mistakes. We're human, okay? It's fine. We all have moments where we get a bit angry and we do something that we shouldn't. Fine. But if you don't apologise for it and you pretend that it's absolutely fine because you're in a rush, I'm sorry. I have no sympathy for you. And Mark Rowley, he needs to go. He's made Jews unsafe in this capital since October 7th with his two-tier policing. And he has to go. He absolutely has to go. But he's not going to go so long as we've got Keir Starmer in charge of the country and Sadiq Khan in charge of London, I'm afraid. So we're stuck with these guys. We're stuck with them and we just can't get rid of them. It's a pretty sad state of affairs in this country. I'm Chloe Dobbs. This has been another video for Reasoned. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and you press the notification bell so you're not missing out any updates on the riots that we've got going on the two-tier policing, on the civil war that is happening in Britain now, it would seem. Keep watching the channel so that you know what's going on and we can call out any two-tier reporting, two-tier Kia, two-tier policing, two-tier everything. It's going to be here on the channel. Stay tuned.